buy that for $1.
What's up, my fellow creepers, ladies that go bump in the night? Welcome back, back to another episode of Creature of the Night. I am your host, Toxin. Early neighborhood center. You should know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell to let you know every time I upload, so you can keep up to date with me, guys. Yes, been away for a little bit. I want to approach this now before I get into the review. This was one of the highly anticipated horror films of the year, and I know it's catching a lot of heat because of the use of AI on it. And I believe what it is, it used AI to create the title cards for certain, cut sequence throughout the show. I get it. The guy's come out and he's confronted it, explained himself. I think a lot of more people are just getting a little bit more upset than they should be at the situation. But to each his own.
What did he say?
But that's all I'm gonna say about that. I get it. I understand why people are upset about it, but how much they're getting upset about it, I think they're just overdoing it. But ladies and gentlemen, Late Night with the Devil.
You get out there, Mr. Midnight, and you knock him dead.
I love how this film was shot in lost footage style, but I did feel like I was actually watching a 70s show, watching a late night talk show, the Late Late Show, all that. You know what I'm talking about. If you've seen talk shows, you know what I'm talking about. It kept me engaged through the whole thing. I don't want to call this film necessarily a slow burn, because every time I hear that, I always feel like people are describing it as if it is a boring film, like it just takes too long to build up. But I guess that's the only way you can kind of put it. It is a slow burn. It is a slow progressing movie, but in no shape or form is it boring at all. I was engaged through the entire film. I thought it was hilarious. His little corny little jokes that he says throughout it, as if he's actually a real talk show host, and he did a really great job. It's great to see him actually in a lead role for once. He's always like kind of that side character, but I love how this guy portrayed I think his name is Delroy. Jack Delroy, I think is his name.
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
And he did it amazingly. I love how this film kind of confronts a lot of what's going on in the media today, tackling Bohemian Grove, supposedly the secret location where elites are meeting, and all this shit that is supposedly how they control the country and how they sacrifice kids and whatever else that they do there. And it shows that these people who are there, they're in power, and they would do anything to stay in power. And is exactly what Delroy is doing in this one. He's already down. His ratings are down. He's losing, I believe, to the main person that his enemy in this is Jack Carson, I believe. I think he was an actual talk show host. I wasn't big on watching talk shows, but I remember seeing him, so I remember seeing getting the feeling from watching this film. But he's already his ratings are down, so he's willing to do anything to stay in power. He's already lost his wife, which is why he stepped away for a little bit and then came back trying to save his show. So now he's throwing all wits to the wind. Like, okay, now we're gonna get somebody who actually is in conversation with the devil, who can summon the devil, and it was involved in cult killings. And we're gonna see how this plays out and how they summon it. It was creepy from the get-go when they start talking to this devil. I forget the demon's name that they're actually Abraxas, which they get the name Abracadabra from, which I thought was really cool and an effect that I did not know. And I like that they made that connection through the film. But how it already looks at Delroy knowing like, hey, we already met. We already know we go way back in the trees talking about Bohemian Grove again. So I really enjoyed that, it was already establishing, okay, so like this could be real. This demon possession is not just, even though they had a skeptic on the show trying to disprove everything that these people were doing, the teacher and the little girl, he was already trying to disprove everything that they were doing, like it was a fake, you could do this, you could hypnotize, this is how they made this happen, whatever. So I love that they had all aspects of the person, someone who is really clueless and just looking in, someone who is who truly does believe that she's talking to the devil every time she summons them in this little girl, and then the skeptic who kind of like went on like, okay, I've seen real incidences of situations, and I know what fake looks like, so he could call it out. So I like how they have all aspects of it on there to show, and maybe like, oh, maybe it is real, maybe it's not real. Well, this guy just did this, so who knows? But in the end, spoiler guys, this is a spoiler review. If you want my spoiler-free review, go check down in my TikTok below. Yeah, so it was cool. So okay, this is actually real. This demon is there, and I love like their connection of it. Like through the whole show, he's actually seeing glimpses of his wife who passed away from lung cancer. A woman who never smoked a day in her life passes away from lung cancer, and we later find out this is like it could have been his sacrifice to Bohemian Grove, to the gods or whoever he was worshiping, so he can actually do good in his talk show and get high ratings. And then at the end, how he ends up actually killing the little girl without knowing, because he's just so out of it, just due to his alcoholism, losing his wife and everything that's going on. He's just so out of it, and actually seeing people die in front of him because the demon is actually killing it. It was crazy how he ended up killing it. It was just kind of like a be careful what you wish for situation film, and it shows what, like, okay, this is what you gave up, this is what you did to get to where you are, and now you're gonna have to like reap the consequences of your actions, essentially. So guys, I really did enjoy it. I know, again, the AI thing, I briefly touched on it at the beginning. It's neither here or there, and again, I understand both points of the situation, but it is what it is, guys. So I give it 2 thumbs up, 10 out of 10 for sure, guys. I do highly recommend it. Even if I shit on a film, I highly recommend it. But go check it out, guys. Late Night with the Devil. If you love, if you love old 70s style TV shows or just talk shows in general, you're going to get a real kick out of this. The way they shoot everything as if it's in front of the camera, and then you're getting behind the scenes stuff. It was a great, guys. It entertained me all around. Funny, scary, kept you at the edge of your seat, including real life events that could be going on in the world now. If you're keeping up with the news, don't just look at what they want you to look at. Look at everything that's happening behind the curtain as well, guys. Keep your mind open. Yeah, guys, like I always say, especially in this film, if you're not sinning, you're not having fun. Beware the moon, guys.